Next race up then, it's the PR1, PR2, PR3 and PR3 ID men and women's event. An awful lot going on out there on the floor with these different categories all taking place at the same time. There's the full lineup that you can see here on the screen now. Women's PR1, 4 athletes contesting that, 5 in the women's PR2. Many more in the women's PR3. And then in the center row, we have the men's PR1, 2, and 3 lined up. And then in the third row, we have the PR3 ID men and women lined up on that side. Here's Nathalie Benoit. Here we go. Kate Jones sat in between Aubrey Belchier from Marseille on the left, and on her right we have from Russia Valentina Zhagot in this women's PR3 event. Kate Jones going for a 7:10, Zhagot for a 7:30. We'll see how that pans out as they start to get through the first 100 meters. And Audrey Belchier looks like the early leader. Greta Mutti just ahead of Kate Jones in third. Amber Mullenbeld ahead of Valentina Zhagot in fourth and fifth. We then look to the PR2 women's. Perle Bouge out in front of Zana Chechkovska and Elise Mark and Annika van der Merlen in the PR2 women's. And then the PR1 women's, it's Nathalie Benoit leading Claire Franson ahead of Sylvia Pile-Steppart and Manuela Diening. Let's have a look at how we're getting on with the men's PR2. Alberto Cagliato leading ahead of Gianfilippo Mirabile and Corne de Koning, but it's tight at the front there in that field. And then in the PR1, Pascal Daniere leading ahead of Zsolt Petto for Hungary. That's the 1-2, and then third place from Germany. We've got Marcus Klemp just dropping back a few meters behind. We look then to the PR3 men's, and Lorenzo Bernard leading ahead of Remy Taranto and Sean Gaffney. Sean Gaffney, that powerful athlete we saw tearing apart the 500 meters yesterday. He's on ergo 59. He's 30 meters off the pace behind Lorenzo Bernard, who's really pushing the front of the field from Canottieri Armida, Italy. He's the current leader, holding a 132 split at the front of the field there for the PR3 men's. Impressive performance in that field. So let's catch up now with the women's PR3. Greta Mutti ahead of Kate Jones. That's the 1-2, not much separating them. Audrey Belchier dropping back to third. Valentina Zhagot in fourth ahead of Amber Mullenbeld for the Netherlands in fifth. There's nothing separating Greta Mutti and Kate Jones at the front. Just 1 meter between them. Kate Jones holding the better split though, over 152. That could be what counts there as she now moves up to take the lead from Greta Mutti. They're coming up 1,300 meters left for the women's PR3. Women's PR2, Perle Bouge still out in front, 11 meters up on Elise Mark. We'll have to see how that patters out through the next few hundred meters. Back to the men though, Lorenzo Bernard is just building this margin. He's still at a 135, 34 strokes a minute, building up to 45 meters on Remy Taranto, who's got 30 meters on Sean Gaffney, and then Jérôme Hamelin 20 meters further back from them. In this women's PR1, you can see on the screen here, Nathalie Benoit for France in the white lycra, currently leading ahead of Sylvia Pile-Steppart from Germany, right along at the top of that picture. And then we've got Claire Franson in the bottom right, and Diening, Manuela Diening in the middle of that picture too. So things tightening up for them, 1250 meters remaining. But as the camera pans across, we catch up then with the PR2 women's, currently being led by Perle Bouge on ergo number 8. You can see in the white lycra, top left of that picture. Hot on her heels, Elise Mark in the top left there, doing her best to stay on terms, and Annika van der Meer trying to reel them in as well. This is Lorenzo Bernard for Italy, the current leader in the men's PR3 ahead of Remy Taranto and Sean Gaffney. He's really putting in some serious wattage there. 135 split, building that margin, 60 meters now on Remy Taranto. Only 750 meters remaining, so well into this third 500-meter segment. Sean Gaffney, 75 meters off the pace, but not out of it yet. That will be a medal position, should he be able to hold on to it here. Hold on his heels. Jérôme Hamelin, 25 meters behind. This is Hamelin on the right, Sean Gaffney in the middle. It's between these two for that bronze medal. Hamelin putting the work in at 141. Sean Gaffney pulling 138. Here's Kate Jones, though, in the PR3 women's. She's currently leading, building up to 8 meters ahead of Greta Mutti. On the left of this picture, though, that is Aubrey Belkir, just dropping back into 5th place behind Amber Mullenbrand. So things looking good for Kate Jones here for Great Britain. If she can maintain this race and rhythm, she's pulling 153s. She'll continue to build that lead at the front of the field. She's underrating the rest of the athletes in her class. She's at 28, 29 strokes a minute. The others up at 32, 33. So that could pay off. There's just over 500 meters left for these PR3 women at the moment. 250 remaining only for the PR3 men. It's going to be a sprint finish to the line because Lorenzo Bernard is absolutely storming the front of the field. Greta Mutti currently in second. This is her on the left of the picture behind Kate Jones. So much going on out there with all of these different classes and categories. But Kate Jones 11 meters ahead of Greta Mutti. We're back with Lorenzo Bernard, who's coming to the last 200 now of the PR3 men's. He's built a margin of 70 meters up on Remy Taranto. Remy Taranto right alongside him, and then Sean Gaffney. That's the 1, 2, 3. They're in the order that we see them pretty much. Impressive race from Lorenzo Bernard. Last 100 meters for him now. He's going to win this and be the 2020 World Rowing Indoor Champion for this category. Really impressive stuff here in the men's PR3. Remy Taranto coming in for second place, but that's the win to Lorenzo Bernard. He's delighted by that. Domination from him from the front. His time 6:11 and no seconds, well, no split seconds. Remy Taranto coming in for second, then Sean Gaffney. Now we're going to move over to have a look at who's coming up next. It's the PR2 men's. Connie de Koning out in front, 23 meters ahead of Gianfilippo Mirabile and Alberto Cagliaccio. It's looking pretty set there, their positions. 147 the split that de Koning's pulling, coming up towards the line. Nothing's going to change here. Determination from Connie de Koning, the multiple world champion on the water in the PR2 categories. He takes the win there ahead of Gianfilippo Mirabile for second and Alberto Cagliaccio for Italy in bronze. Next up then we go back to the PR3 women's. It's still hotting up there. Kate Jones out in front, but only by 12 meters ahead of Greta Mutti, and Valentina Jagot's gotten back into this action for silver and bronze. I think Kate Jones is looking good for the win. Last few strokes for her. She's going to take the gold in that PR3 women's category. 7:24.9 her time to the line. Greta Mutti, silver, and Valentina Jagot will take bronze. All of these categories all coming in at a similar sort of time now. We can see that coming up towards the line, Pascal Danier in the PR1 men's is closing in on that line ahead of Zsolt Petto for Hungary and Markus Klemp for Germany. Then in the PR2 women's, it's still Perle Bouge ahead of Elise Mark. There we have Perle Bouge on ergo number 8. Elise Mark on ergo number 9. 40 meters separating them. Perle Bouge looking good for the win. Lauren Rolls set the world record. And it looks like Perle Bouge might just have trumped that. We'll have to wait for that to be confirmed officially. 8:03.2. 8:03.2 is rapid stuff. Let's see whether we can confirm that as a world best time or not. An impressive performance from her nonetheless. It looks like she might have done it. Nathalie Benoit coming in for the women's PR1. Into the last 50 meters now. Looks as though she's ahead of the world record pace, ahead of Hallie Smith's world time by some margin as well. A lot of these world best times are going to have to be confirmed later on, but it certainly is looking good for her at this stage. Nathalie Benoit, 8:51.8 her time to the line. She's clearly pleased with that. Coming in for second place, Sylvia Pillestepart, just off the left of this picture, ahead of Claire Franson, and then Manuela Diening. That closes out the women's PR1. A great race in these women's PR1 categories. Last few strokes as well for the PR2s. There we have Manuela Diening from the Concept 2 Team Germany, just closing out the last few strokes for her in this PR1 women's event.
Un point commun, 2 points communs. Championne du monde, nouveau record du monde dans vos catégories.
Je crois qu'on est très heureuses en fait l'une et l'autre.
Comment s'est passée cette course?
C'est passé mieux que prévu en fait. J'ai vu qu'au train ça allait, donc j'ai essayé de baisser d'une ou deux secondes par rapport à ce qui était prévu. Et la fois ça a tenu, donc merci à l'entraînement.
Perle, vos impressions après cette magnifique victoire?
Alors pas facile avec le monde, le bruit, de se concentrer. On a plutôt l'habitude de faire des tests ergo un peu plus confinés. Donc il a fallu se concentrer. Je pensais faire un meilleur temps, mais je suis quand même contente d'être la première et le but c'est d'être le premier à passer la ligne.
Merci beaucoup mesdames pour ces très belles et ces encouragements pour tout le monde, pour les derniers concurrents. Allez!